Hello, everyone. Good evening. I haven't vlogged forever, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to do that. I'm just coming in. It's late for me. I was in town just having soda water and listening to a couple of stories, and it's raining and blustery, and I didn't feel quite like writing because I'd really wanted to write today, my book write, and I didn't do it. But I kind of want to just ask seriously, like, do I have a better side? Like, is this a good side? How's that? Is that a good side, or is this a good side? I don't know if I have a good side or not. Speaking of sides, I'm sure we've all met people who have lots of different sides to them. You know, they're like a prism almost, where they reflect different lights according to other people they're around, or moods they're in, or attitudes they're choosing to adopt in the moment. A long time ago, I remember attending a retreat, and the retreat director talked about how difficult it is to keep up sides or masks, I guess, that are not true to your nature, that run in contradiction to, you know, your very nature. So in other words, if you're putting forward this persona of absolute, unadulterated, you know, all the time, but you're someone who's pained and angry and resentful, chances are pretty good that an event or two or nine will come along to erode completely the persona, and your true essence will, or your true nature will come out at the end of the day. And it could be catastrophic, or it could be very welcome. One way or the other, it will require a great deal of change. The least of which, is you to change, but can also mean, a lot of people who have been in your life for maybe a short or very long time will have to find out the new you and decide whether or not they want to be a part of the next part of the journey. I've been thinking about that a lot, because the redo has been about becoming my authentic self, so that the last part of my life, whether it's 6 months or 60 years, I'd probably be among the oldest people on the planet if the latter occurred, but that might be okay as long as I could still, Oh, I gotta tell you, I'm going to digress here. I have a new addiction. I'm so ashamed. In a couple months, when I give you the preview, you're going to see that I have lost the weight that I'd hoped to lose, probably all of it. But I have developed an addiction to pain au chocolat. It's so good. And, anyway, I just scarfed down two. You know what they are, eh? Like croissants with chocolate on the inside. Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. Anywho, pardon my digression there. I'm just trying to fess up because, it's important to be honest about these things. Anywho, the redo was about owning my authentic nature, and more of that is bubbling to the surface. And for the most part, I'm owning it all rather well. I'm happy with forgiving myself and finding I can do it. I'm letting go of a lot of, no, I'm coming to terms with and a lot of my defensive nature or my, holier than thou attitudes are slowly dissolving. And it feels really, really good to let go of some of that stuff because it was so fake anyway. I've been letting go of a lot of that for a long time, but it's just really starting to cement itself, eh? And then of course you find yourself in situations that are like repeating, and you think, okay, why am I here again? And you think, okay, well, it's not so bad this time because it's not as intense, or I've got a way out, or whatever. And I think at the end of the day, really don't like that adage. It's one of the most overused, at the end of the day. And, anyway. I think that for the most part, the cataclysmic events that needed to happen in my life to chip away the persona have pretty much occurred, and now I'm digging out of the rubble. And it feels okay, and I feel like I've still got a future ahead of me, and I'm not as proud of my accomplishments in my life as I would like to be. There's no question about that, but I'm not as filled with disdain, and the regrets aren't as painful. So those are all good things, The redo has accomplished a lot of really good things. So I'll cut this off tonight in the rain and the wind, and say that with a grateful heart I am glad for all of the hardest events in my life, because I think they have given me compassion, and my empathetic nature is more under control as I learn to balance myself. Some of my spirit gifts still exist and are sort of coming back. Those are lovely to see. And I'm ready and willing and able to take full responsibility for what happens in my life as the orchestrator and the director of what goes on. So my wish tonight, did I start that before and forget to finish it? Sorry if I did. My wish tonight is for all of us to listen to our lives as if they were symphonic, operatic, beautiful outpourings of music, sweet to the ear and rich in instruments of all shapes and sizes and voices of all ilks. And learn to love each note, whether it's sharp or flat, diminished, augmented, whatever it is. And know that we are making the music. All the music we need, we're able to make it. Until tomorrow.